Alright guys, Mark back again with you. Something new, something cool, something I've been waiting on. The new Anthem 781. So it looks like all the standard packaging. Benchmade sock. And nothing new. Regular Benchmade stuff. First impressions, it's got a lot of excess grease around it. Pretty nice. It's really smooth. Maybe you guys can hear this, but even though it's a smooth knife, I feel like I can feel the ball bearings rolling in here, which is something new. I don't know that I've ever felt that with another knife. Alright, just trying to wipe out some of this excessive grease here in the access lock. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of grease here, it's just right in this area. Well, can kind of see where the grease is pouring out here. Don't get me wrong, to each his own. If you like your knives full of grease, that's up to you. I personally run my knives the same way I run my firearms, where I just put a little bit of Teflon oil right in the main contact points, and that's about it. Over greasing, over lubing, over whatever you want to call it, I don't do that. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that is not the pocket clip. We'll get to that in a second. That's blade play. In the closed position. Hardly anything at all in the open. No up and down, but just a touch of side to side. Okay, what else? So, full titanium. And I know titanium has a tendency to do this. After you touch it, it takes on the oils of your skin, and sometimes it turns gray, but this bronze came out way darker than I was expecting. The pictures online have a much lighter color, but if you can notice there, the pocket clip is a different color than the actual rest of the knife. And it looks like it's maybe not as polished. It looks a little bit hazy. It feels smooth. It's just not as finished as the rest of the knife. So it's tip up, left or right, which is fine with me because I only carry tip up. If a blade is tip down only, it's a deal breaker. That was my main complaint about the Benchmade titanium. The large version, not the mini, is that it was tip down only. Won't do that. The weight surprisingly fits the size of the knife. And by that I mean, when I saw this online, I was worried it might be too heavy, but it's really light given the actual length of the knife overall. So for me, this is really a good size to keep with me. I would say this size is a good working size blade. I can't compare it to really anything right now. I don't have anything that's one this nice or two that has this slim of a profile in this style of knife. But it feels nice in the hand. So these aren't overly smooth, but they're not really texturized either. I feel like I can get a good grip on them. If you look down inside here, these edges here aren't sharp. They have a nice flat surface here, and then they're just a little bit rounded. They're not even rounded, it's just a finish flat side on the inside, so it doesn't feel sharp on your hands. And for a production knife, this is one I can really get on board with. Before I ordered this, I was really looking at the Spyderco Nirvana, and I really like those. But when I saw this one, I don't know, something about it. I don't know if it's the pattern, I don't know if it's the bronze color, the titanium, but I took one look, and as soon as the pre-order was available, I ordered. Now for the bad. Maybe this will get smooth over time, opening and closing. Maybe it's because it's a one-piece design, I can hear this more. But I don't know if I have to get used to it, but right now it's a little bit annoying. And guys, this is just like a personal gripe. That's not a ding against the knife. It's just something. All right, so the more I use this, it's starting to loosen up a bit more. Maybe mine got shipped without Loctite. So that'll be something I'll have to fix. And the only other thing that I don't really care for is the pocket clip, and I'll show you why. If you look, the pocket clip does not touch the body. For me, it's not a deal breaker, because I know I can probably take this pocket clip off and bend it, or I can get an aftermarket pocket clip and put it on. But I've talked about this before in a few other videos, and it's not, I don't want to be picky, but listen. That's me touching the pocket clip to the side of the body. So I will say that this pocket clip is not very forgiving. It does have some spring, but if you have thick pockets on jeans, or if you're putting this on, say, a jacket pocket or something like that, it's not going to happen. It's got a little bit of give. That's about as far as it'll go. Probably for a regular pair of jeans, sure. Maybe a cargo short pocket, but outside of that, not really. My gripe with this, not touching the body, is when I put it on my pocket and say I'm wearing slacks or something like that, a thin material, as soon as it makes it over that pocket initial fold of your pocket and it hits the thinner material of your pant, it's going to slide like crazy. I know this because I've had a couple of knives that do the same thing, and it drives me up the wall. I won't carry a knife if it's doing that. I'll let you guys know. I'll give you an update to see how this rides inside a pair of jeans, but I just got this blade in. Thought I would throw this video up real quick. If you have any questions, let me know. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I hope that was useful. Flat and smooth. And the access lock is a one-piece design with a bar that goes through the center, and it's just held in place by those two screws. And since it's flat here, the raceway for the bearings are actually cut into the blade here and here. Now the bearings, I noticed, are a little bit different than the usual ones that you might find on some other knives. These are super thin and super lightweight. Really smooth though. I went ahead and cleaned all these parts up, so I'll get it back together